Dee basically says to the girl, "Hi, my name's Dee. What's your name?" The girl said, "Hi, David. My name's Holly." Dee said, "Where are you from?" Holly said, "I'm from the valley." Dee said, "Okay." This movie is about there being two cities, one up in the hills, the other one down the mountains. Both cities were okay with each other. They're okay with each other, indeed. Dee was home. He invited Holly over to his home. He walked in the door and said hi to his mom and sister. Mom and sister said, "Who are your new friends?" Dee said her name was Holly. Dee went to his room and played with Holly in his room and hanged out a bit, and that's what he did. Dee basically said to the girl, "What's wrong? Do you want me to get you a blanket? Are you cold?" Holly said, "No, I don't need a blanket. I have something to tell you. Down the valley, we hear weird things at night. Like, weird things." Jason, what is it? Holly said, "Why call it up the mountain? I thought it had something to do with the people that live up the mountain. But there's no flashing light up here." Jason, I see. I see. It basically came to the point where Holly had to go home. Holly went home. Holly climbed down the mountain and went down to the valley. It was basically dinner time. So they had dinner. Dinner was quite delicious. Basically daytime turned to nighttime with nighttime. It was off from bed. They went to sleep. But then when David came to his room behind, he looked outside. He could see flashing light. He could not figure out what it was. If you didn't hang out by now, it was the next day. David basically had a friend Peter with him. He basically met Holly, the girl in the valley. The girl in the valley asked Hutton, "Can I come over?" David said, "Yeah, you can come over. I'll just ask my mom." Okay, Dave was over at his house. He invited Peter and Holly over. His sister Kid wanted to join the fun too, so they allowed her to enjoy. Holly says here, "The flashing light." Dave said, "You know really weird? I saw the flashing light last night too." Peter said, "I saw the flashing light last night too." Holly said, "Could we do something about it?" Dude, maybe we should do some investigation into it. So that's what they did. That's basically what they were going to do. They're going to go investigate the flashing lights. So they're going to bring everything they needed to go on their journey. And also, his sister was allowed to come as well. So they basically took off without even telling their mom, because they feared their mom wouldn't allow them to do it, but they did it anyways. They basically said, we'll camp here tonight. And they agree, we'll camp here tonight. Okay, they got a campfire going, and they stand around there and cook their dinner on the fire. They had vegetables with potatoes, but they roasted over the fire with corn. Quite delicious. Quite delicious indeed. Now, dear sir, I guess we better sit down, and sit on the ground, and just that and ask for farewell, just go to sleep and have a good night. And they said, okay. They were basically about to sit down until Diddy heard something coming from the bushes. So he got out basically a kitchen knife, and he was going to use it to defend himself if there was something bad. David basically noticed that the sky was a little bit lighter. And then he noticed something in the distance. Guys, come here. Follow me. And they said, we'll follow you. Dave said, I think we figured out the flashing light is to do with aliens. Pierce said, I see. Dave said, this is their ship. So let's go into the ship and see what we can figure out what to do about it. And they said, okay. Dave basically said, so this is what the inside of the alien ship looks like. Okay. I think we know what we're gonna do about it. We're gonna try it. Peter said, do you have the map here? Dave said, yeah, I do. So let's cut our hair and burn the ship to the ground so we will not be bothered anymore. And they agreed that was an awesome idea. As they watched the alien ship burn, they all agreed well, it was going to be a great rest of the year. A really great rest of the year. Pierce said, do you think the aliens were bad? Dave said, well, it's too late now. It's just too late. Holly said, I think the aliens were bad. Because they were bothering people, weren't they? Dave said, yeah. That's why we decided to burn their ship. Now, Dave said, I think we had enough fun watching the ship burn. Why don't we just go back to camp and go to sleep? And go back home the next day? If you didn't figure out by now, it was basically the next day. They always said goodbye to Holly. Holly went back to her home. So the next thing they had to do was go back to their home. And that's what they were going to do. Peter basically went back to his house and Jim and Kid went into their home and they said hi to their parents. Their parents wondering where they were. Jay and Kid's mom said, where the heck have you guys been? Jay said it is a long story and we wouldn't be able to explain it to you. David and Kid's mom said, I'm glad you're home anyway, but next time, don't be out too late like this. Jay said, okay, we promise. Thinking for the rest of the day, David and Kid hanged out with each other, and they both agreed that with the slaves, the flashing lights, the alien, was kind of stupid, and they thought they were a bit weird too. But they were glad it was actually over, and this would never happen ever again. And this is basically where this movie ends.